We.
We are the Valley.
We are the Valley.
The Valley.
And we believe in innovation.
We believe business is creative.
And that business is booming.
We believe in taking care of the environment.
We believe in farm to table.
And power to farm.
We believe in lending a helping hand.
We believe in getting the job done.
The right way.
The safe way.
The first time.
We believe in TVA.
And TVA.
And the Tennessee Valley Authority.
Because they are made up from us.
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 Me.
And because of that,
We know that.
Together.
Together,
We are the Valley.
The Valley.
Together, we are the Valley.
Welcome to Leadership Chattanooga's graduation. I'm your host, Donna L. I'm the Director of Cultural Tourism for the Chattanooga Tourism Company and also on-air personality for Brewer Media Group. I am so excited to be here because the class of 2020 is literally taking the world on by storm. You know what? I'm so proud of this class because even though we have the new normal, they have really persevered. This is the 36th graduating class, and we are going to celebrate virtually. So bring your families together, get your devices and turn them up, and we're just going to have a good time. But right now, I want you to put your virtual hands together for Samantha Teeter, Leadership graduating class of 2017.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Samantha, thank you so much. That was amazing. If you're just now joining us virtually, we are celebrating the Leadership of Chattanooga class of 2020. So we want to take a moment to thank our generous sponsors who partner with us to honor our Leadership Chattanooga graduates today.
We
We are the Valley.
We are the Valley.
The Valley.
and we believe in innovation.
We believe business is creative.
and that business is booming.
We believe in taking care of the environment.
We believe in farm to table.
And power to farm.
We believe in lending a helping hand
We believe in getting the job done.
the right way.
The safe way.
The first time.
We believe in TVA.
And TVA.
And the Tennessee Valley Authority.
Because they are made up from us.
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 Me.
And because of that,
We know that.
Together.
Together,
We are the Valley.
The Valley.
Together, we are the Valley.
Our presenting sponsor is Tennessee Valley Authority. Our platinum sponsors are EPB Fiber Optics, Sandler Training, Volkswagen Chattanooga. Our gold sponsors are Blue Cross Blue Shield of Tennessee, Chattanooga Airport, Food City, Novatech, J.D. Frost & Company, Pinnacle Financial Partners, Sound Force, Synovus, Unum, Vayner Media. Oh, wow, that is super exciting. I want to say thank you to all of the amazing sponsors. We're going to have a good time the rest of this evening because the graduates are coming, so don't go anywhere, okay? I'd like now to introduce Christy Gillenwater, President and CEO of the Chattanooga Area Chamber of Commerce. Please, again, put your virtual hands together for Christy.
Hello, my name is Christy Gillenwater, and on behalf of our Chamber staff team and Board of Directors, it is an honor to recognize Diane Parks today. Born and raised right here in Chattanooga, Diane Parks has certainly seen a lot of change over the decades of her career. Let me go back in time for a few minutes and tell you more about one of the projects from a Leadership Chattanooga class. Several years ago, this leadership class took on a number of education-related projects, including working with the students from a history teacher at Brainerd High School. His idea was to record oral histories from people who had graduated from Brainerd. He and the students chose people who had dedicated their careers and lives to changing things for the better right here in Chattanooga. People who became leaders. You'll recognize a lot of their names: Carol Burtz, Pete Cooper, Moses Freeman, Tom Griscom, Edna Varner, and of course, Diane Parks. Diane's experiences at Brainerd High School, her education at Chattanooga State, and her early years at the Chattanooga Chamber gave her great preparation for a career in leadership, where she has definitely excelled. Throughout her career, Diane's impacted the lives of thousands of people in a positive way, ways that help them in their career, and even, some would say, their life choices. Of course, she has had several roles before Leadership Chattanooga. Diane told me that in her early years at the Chattanooga Chamber, she really enjoyed working in communications. In that role, she often created slideshows about Chattanooga, then visited our area chamber councils, presenting the story of Chattanooga's past and future. She says she hauled this presentation everywhere, including talking before our board of directors and many other influential leaders in our city. Another favorite project centered on significant beautification for our city. And she especially enjoyed inner-city leadership visits because they brought together people for networking and benchmarking, exchanging ideas that could work in their own communities. In fact, the inner-city leadership visit to Portland was one of the inspiring research trips that led to Chattanooga revitalizing our downtown riverfront, which led to the creation and the opening of the Tennessee Aquarium. Diane called that work very satisfying. Over her many decades, she has never let a challenge hold her back, and that's true leadership. She always manages to bring people around to the idea of how important collaboration is to smart leadership. And I'm sure that every best class ever remembers the Legos challenge, always proving that the key to collaboration is communication. That's the serious work ethic side of Diane, and every one of the members of our Leadership Chattanooga classes honors her for her commitment. We all know that she takes celebrating and dancing very serious as well. She tells us to dance every chance we get. We asked Diane to pick a few of her favorite songs from memorable times in her life. These songs tell her story. Let me share a few of these with you now, and a few lines from the lyrics that we believe help tell Diane's story. Benny and the Jets, Electric Music and Walls of Sound from 1973, the amazing Elton John. Then there's September by Earth, Wind and Fire from 1978, and we all know those lyrics. We're not quite in September yet, but when you think of Diane, don't you think of Never a Cloudy Day and Dancing in September? In 1979, of course, there's Michael Jackson's Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. And I'm sure as she's relaxing in retirement, she'll be singing this line, "Lovely is the feeling now." In 1981, Journey, Don't Stop Believin'. Just a small town girl, don't stop believing, hold on to that feeling. That's certainly Diane. When her leadership classes hit Nashville for the legislative sessions, she was known to go country. Another favorite, Shania Twain's 1995, Any Man of Mine. Because there's that great line, come on, everybody on the floor, gotta shimmy and shake and make the earthquake. And Diane sure knows how to make the earthquake. Now lately, we think she might have been singing a verse or two from Gwen Stefani's 2006 hit, Sweet Escape, I Want to Get Away. And that's right in line with Tim McGraw and Faith Hill's 2005 smash hit, Like We Never Loved at All, where Faith asks him, what's your secret to letting go? We don't really see ourselves as letting go of Diane. We know where to find her. But when you think of Diane and all that she has accomplished and the joy she has brought to her work and to you and to me, don't you just want to have a celebration with Kool and the Gang, 1980, a celebration to last throughout the years? We're going to celebrate your party with you. It's time to come together, everyone around the world. Think of Diane. In honor of Diane, her lifelong commitment to our community, and her ability to help all of us dance and celebrate, we put together a playlist of her favorites to share with everyone. I hope we all get a chance to dance together in person sometime in the near future, safely. In the meantime, please join me in congratulating Diane Parks for her lifetime achievement of 43 years impacting Chattanooga and our leaders. We are certainly going to miss you, Diane.
Wow. That was absolutely amazing, wasn't it, Val?
It was,
yes,
yeah.
All the sweet things that she actually said about Diane, and Christy does an amazing job here in this community.
She is, and so much that Diane has done to contribute to our community, so well worth it, our tribute to her.
Yes, so speaking of well worth it, I am actually sitting down here with we're going to say a fireside chat with Valerie Armstrong, and I'm going to tell you a little bit about Valerie. Valerie Armstrong is the Vice President, National Government and Regulatory Affairs for American Water, the largest and most geographically diverse U.S. publicly traded water and wastewater utility company, providing high quality and reliable water services to more than 14 million people in 46 states and Ontario, Canada. In her role, Mrs. Armstrong is responsible for leading government and regulatory affairs across American Water's regulated and market-based businesses. Wow, that's a lot.
It is. It's a mouthful.
Who you telling? Also, Mrs. Armstrong previously served as president of Tennessee American Water. Valerie is the current chair of the board for Chattanooga Area Chamber of Commerce. She is no stranger to volunteerism at all, serving as chair of the Hamilton County Partnership Advisory Board. She is a committed board trustee of the Tennessee Aquarium, Benwood Foundation, River City Company, and Orange Grove Center. She's also a sorority sister of mine.
I am.
Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Incorporated. And also Mrs. Armstrong was elected as a director of National Utility Diversity Council in UDC in 2019. Mrs. Armstrong is also an alumna of Leadership Tennessee and married to her husband,
Lawrence Armstrong.
Lawrence Armstrong. All right, that is a mouthful, and you do so much in the community. So this is the best place where we need you to be to talk to our graduates, class of 2020. And they're watching right now, so we got to wave to them virtually.
Hey.
Hey, thanks for watching. So we're just going to have a simple conversation because Leadership Chattanooga is one of the best programs in Chattanooga. And so asking you, what does it mean to be a leader in Chattanooga?
Wow, I think that's a great question to start this dialogue off with. And you know, when I think about that, I look at it twofold. I think about what does it mean to be a leader, and then how do you layer that on top of living here in Chattanooga? So if I were to break it out and say, what does it mean to be a leader? Being a leader comes with a lot of responsibility.
Right.
And quite frankly, it doesn't mean that you have to have a team or direct reports and people reporting to you. It's about being bold and courageous, someone that's willing to stand up, speak for others whenever maybe they don't feel comfortable speaking up, but also listening, requiring you to listen and to be able to pivot whenever there are opportunities, depending on what space that you're in. So being a leader comes with a lot, but it comes with also not just taking, but also giving. It's a two-way street. And so here in Chattanooga, we know during these times of COVID and social injustices that are taking place across our community, right now being a leader means speaking up. It means not taking a back seat. It means not being silent whenever there is really a requirement and a necessity for you to speak up. And that doesn't matter if you're in the corporate space or if you're in the nonprofit space or in a volunteer space. It truly just means saying, hey, we are dealing with some difficult times. What can I do? What can my team do to help solve this for us?
Yeah, and I was going to actually talk a little bit about that question because there are three different things that you mentioned. One was, well, I'm going to add another layer to that. Being a leader at the time of COVID, being a leader at the time of the tornadoes that Chattanooga has had to experience, being in a leadership role during a situation of unrest and social justice in our country. So how should people that are in those roles or that aspire to be in those roles, how should they plan to move forward as we continue through the rest of 2020?
I think for one, it's about taking a step back and asking yourself, what does the natural disaster that we're dealing with from the tornadoes mean to me? Do I have friends and family that have been impacted by this? When I think about COVID, do I have a family member or a friend or someone that's close to me that's been impacted by this? And then also dealing with the social injustices across our country, things that we've seen here in Chattanooga. It's first acknowledging the fact that there are problems and that there are issues that we have to address. The next thing is, again, I can't, be an advocate enough of just listening and understanding the space that we're in. And the last thing that you have to do is you have to act. So you have to ask yourself, what can I do to put myself in this space so that I can make a difference? So if it's dealing with the tornadoes, do I go out and do I help to distribute supplies to the community that have been impacted? For me, I was able to, through our sorority, we were able to provide resources for friends that were impacted. Through our company, we were able to, from from a COVID standpoint, make donations to
Right.
organizations and groups that are addressing COVID throughout the country. And when you think about social injustices as well, you have to ask yourself, do I want to be on the front lines of this? And if you want to be on the front lines, what does that look like? And that could come in place of participating in some of the peaceful protests that are happening, not the riots, and not, we have to separate that. It's about having peaceful protests for change in our country.
Right.
But then also just being available as a leader for your employees, because sometimes your employees just want to be able to talk things through because they're trying to understand what does this mean for the culture of our company and who we are as an organization or as a group.
All right, that's amazing. So we have some amazing graduates with class of 2020, and I got to give y'all a big shout out. Y'all say you're the best class ever. But I do want to ask you this. You graduated Leadership Tennessee, and you walked away with best practices. What have you done with those best practices when it comes to your role or your entire career?
Well, the first thing I would say that's been kind of key for me in Leadership Tennessee, which is probably the same for you all in Leadership Chattanooga, is the relationships, the networking that has taken place. And for me, I'm the type of person, I'm naturally an introvert. I know a lot of people don't believe that.
What, really?
when I say it, but I'm an introvert. And so, when it comes to those extroverted type of qualities of reaching out and networking, that's been key for me. So there's been some wonderful relationships across the state that I've been able to form out of being a part of Leadership Tennessee. And I would encourage you, as well as others graduating in the class, to leverage those relationships as you move forward. But then also beyond that, think about how can we stay connected during these difficult times of COVID, these difficult times of the tornadoes that have happened in our community here, as well as the social injustices, and pull on each other's strengths as well. Think about where can there be an impact that you all can have in the community, and what would that possibly look like? I am just always thrilled to be able to see the amount of talent that we have here in Chattanooga.
Right.
And the key there is, how can we, as senior leaders in the community, I would say, kind of send that elevator back down and raise others up. So identifying who's going to be in that next Leadership Chattanooga class or that next Leadership Tennessee class, and giving them that opportunity and space.
That is some good stuff. And you are the board chair for the Chattanooga Chamber, the first Black woman. Can I say that?
You can.
And I'm really excited and proud of you for that. And when you look at the role that you're in right now, and people are watching you, and I know you didn't expect this question, for young girls that are watching you, for young women that are watching you, for women that are your age saying, you know what, she's doing it. What would you say to them?
You can do it. You can do it. I'm not doing anything different, I believe, than any other young Black, African American female can in our community, within our country, or even any young woman, because of the fact that when I think about where I've come from, I grew up in a home with a single mom. She had 4 kids that she was raising, and didn't get her high school education until I was I was probably around 12 years old whenever that happened.
Wow.
And so, I came out of an environment where you look at it, all the odds were against me. And against my siblings in our household. And so what it takes is for you to have that belief in yourself, and to continue to push yourself forward, even in those difficult times when you feel like, I feel like the world is against me.
Right.
And then have that confidant or that person in your life that you can lean into whenever you are having those struggles and those difficult times, to help encourage and motivate you. Because we can have enough pity parties, but it's, once you get past that part of it, let's figure out what's the way forward and what we need to do. But I would say they're no different than me.
Okay, I love that. And what advice do you have? I'm going to wrap it up with, what keeps you motivated to serve, and what advice do you have for the class of 2020? I know you mentioned that already, but.
Well, I would say just always find what your motivation is and what you love to do, and then just dive fast forward into it. For me, I enjoy being an advocate in the community and volunteering. And I don't look at it as like a paycheck or a payday, but my reward for that comes from whenever I see other people that are impacted by the hard works that either myself or the groups or the organizations that I work with do. And when I think about you and some of the others that are in your class, and the fact that you all are always continuing to give back, never give up on that. And it doesn't matter how frustrated you get in the workplace or what you see happening in our community and our country, know that you can make a difference. When we think about John Lewis and the fact that today, or his funeral is occurring this week. And the fact also that, you know, one of his quotes that stand with me, and I'll leave it with you all, is he says, the best type of trouble to get into is good trouble.
It's good trouble.
So get into some good trouble is what I would say to you, to your class,
to your
and
class.
to others.
Yeah, get in some good trouble. So people want to know you a little bit about you real quick. So I like to ask the fun questions. So do you have a daily ritual that you do as a leader? Something that you do in the morning, especially during everything where you're working from home?
Well, I like to have moments of silence in the morning when I get up. I'm not a morning person.
Is she not?
My routine in the morning is I have to get up and I have my cup of coffee. And then I set myself up for the day and I think about what I want to accomplish throughout the day. But then I always look at it from a positive standpoint. So my morning ritual, get up, wake up, because I'm not this morning person, have my cup of coffee and really mentally set myself up for having a positive day, no matter how many obstacles come in the way.
Favorite childhood cartoon?
You know, I don't have a favorite cartoon. We grew up, like I said, it was 4 kids in the house.
Right.
We tried to be outside as much as we could.
No Alvin? Simon Theodore?
We looked at
Scooby-Doo?
Scooby-Doo, yeah. Where are you?
Yeah.
But yeah, we watched cartoons, but it was just what was on television. We were trying to get outside.
Favorite cereal?
Favorite cereal right now or growing up?
Growing up.
Fruit Loops.
Okay, I needed something. I need something from your childhood. Okay, favorite restaurant, favorite type of food?
I love Mexican and I also love seafood.
Yeah.
So I can have a toss-up any day on either of those. I'll tell you right now, I'm just waiting for the day where I can go and have me a good drink margarita and have my Mexican food and I am just set.
Right.
And no Taco Tuesdays at home. I want to go to the restaurant and I want to enjoy it.
Okay, so your favorite movie to watch. You are a movie watcher. So.
I am a movie buff.
Yes.
I love movies. So I'm going to end it by saying this. I'm a romantic at heart, so I love romance movies. About 3 weeks ago, I was watching Rocky Balboa, the Rocky movies.
Yes.
And when you think about Rocky, you might think, oh, it's about boxing, but it's really a love story with him and Adrian, and the fact that she
like this came out yesterday.
I know, but fast forward when I look at Creed 1 and Creed 2, and that love story that blossomed in both of those. So for me, I would say right now I'm kind of riding on the high of love and romance movies.
Okay, last one, biking or running? We went biking recently.
I was going to say, if you had asked me this a month ago, I would have said running. Well, I probably would have said biking because you and I ran a lot.
Right.
But yeah, you had me out on a bike a couple of weeks ago, and I'm questioning that. But I think right now, if I had to choose this weekend, what I would do, probably biking.
Wow. See, anything is possible, class of 2020. We're going to keep this thing going. Don't go anywhere. Of course, thank you, Val.
Thank you, Donna.
Leadership Chattanooga, class of 2020. You are making things happen.
I am so proud of the Leadership Chattanooga class of 2020. Congratulations, graduates.
At this time, I would like to welcome Miles Huff and Diane Parks. Miles is a Senior Director of Talent Initiatives with the Chamber, and Diane Parks, as you know, recently retired from her role as Director of Leadership and Community Development.
Hello, everyone, and thank you for joining us this evening. In the Velocity 2040 visioning process, our community told us that cultivating diverse, vibrant, and engaged leadership was one of 5 critical imperatives for our future. And in the Chamber's Chattanooga Climb Strategic Plan, one of our key priorities is to expand leadership and civic engagement programs to build alignment and strengthen connection throughout the community. We are so thrilled for the graduates we are here to recognize today and for the roles they will all play in moving our community toward the future we envision.
At this time, we would like to invite Logan Taylor and Fabiola Ortiz, members of the graduating class, to share their experience about Leadership Chattanooga.
Hello, everyone. I wish we were all together and in person. I know the last time we all got to see each other, we would have never thought it would be this long for us to actually be face-to-face again. But it has definitely been the best class ever. We all know 2020 is the best class ever. And getting to meet every one of you has been an awesome experience in itself. Just building those relationships with all of you and getting to see what phenomenal leaders you all are. It's just been amazing, and I really consider myself grateful for having had this opportunity. And I hope that this is not goodbye for some of you. I know some of you I'll continue to see, but I just hope that it's just the beginning of a great relationship with each and every single one of you. And 2020, best class ever.
Good evening. My name is Logan Taylor of YB Normal. I'm the founder and co-CEO. I first want to say thank you to Ms. Diane, to the Chamber, as well as to my counterparts for Leadership Chattanooga. It's been an amazing experience. It's been once in a lifetime opportunity just to be able to experience the things that we've experienced thus far. Leadership Chattanooga has helped me grow tremendously, as well as being able to help me network with different people, different ethnicities, different walks of life, and it's been an amazing experience. I also want to say to my counterparts and people that were in my class, when they say the best class ever, I want people to know that the people that were in my class, they walked by that. Earlier this year, we had a tornado that tore through East Brainerd, Tennessee, and of course my house was affected by it. And to have the people that were in my class come together and support me and pour out love and, you know, just compassion and empathy, it was one of a kind. It was a one-of-a-kind experience, and I really loved it. I really appreciate those people. I really appreciate the people that gave me a text message, a phone call, that came by the house, that dropped off gift cards, that came and, you know, helped cut trees off. Like, it was just, man, I can't thank you all enough. And so when they say the best class ever, that's what comes to mind for me. And so I know that right now we're going through trying times, going through a pandemic with the coronavirus and everything else that's going on in this world, with, you know, the injustice and the racial injustice and things that we're seeing day in and day out. I just want you all to know to keep pushing through it all. I just want to say to stay committed into what it is that you desire, into what it is that you want to do, and that I really appreciate you all in every step of the way. And if you ever need me for anything, I'm here. And not just me, but we're all here for one another. And so again, to Miss Diane, congratulations on your retirement. Not many people get to retire, so listen to me. I want you to enjoy the experience. I want you to go out and have so much fun that, hey, your hair just be blowing in the wind with your mask on. So again, thank you to Chattanooga Leadership. Thank you to my counterparts, my classmates. Thank you to everybody that has poured into me, that has poured into our class, and that has helped us along the way. And so none of this would be possible without you. None of this would be possible without the Chamber. And most importantly, none of this would be possible without Leadership Chattanooga. So again, my name is Logan Taylor with YB Normal. I love you guys. I appreciate you. And as always, best class ever. And YB Normal, when you can be extraordinary.
Thank you, Logan and Fabiola, for speaking on behalf of your classmates. Each year, a video is made highlighting the experience of the Leadership Chattanooga class. Normally, the video focuses on the teams in which the class is grouped and their projects. However, this year, COVID-19 interrupted some of the great work they were doing and didn't stop them from finishing strong. Let's take a look at the experiences in Leadership Chattanooga and the great things that happened with the program this year.
Leadership Chattanooga is a 10-month leadership course for emerging leaders in the Chattanooga area.
It's a collection of individuals from diverse backgrounds and diverse perspectives that come together to make each other better and make our community a better place to live, work, and play.
And it's sponsored by the Chattanooga Chamber Foundation to help professionally develop those people into the leaders that they were meant to be.
Whether it's arts, education, social justice, those different components, we're able to really talk about real issues that affect us all.
Starting with the retreat, we have to build a relationship and work together and understand who each other are. To go to, well, what drives our economy?
It was very raw and real, and a lot of the people were just being very, very open and vulnerable about, where they are and things that they've experienced.
Even when we think we're very similar, we're all very different, and we really all have had very different experiences.
You always hear about the shortfallings of the education system in Chattanooga and really aren't exposed to the strides that are being made.
And a lot of people don't realize how much the arts are part of their daily life. It's not something you automatically think about. People don't necessarily value the arts the way they should.
Of course, I think the highlight for everyone is getting to tour the Life Force.
So Leadership Chattanooga has definitely given me the opportunity and the platform to make my voice heard to different representatives that I probably wouldn't have been able to ask these questions, and they wouldn't have been as let their guard down as much as they would have in other venues.
Ending with justice and law enforcement. I mean, at a time like now, where people don't feel like they can be heard.
This whole experience for me has been a magnified reminder that Chattanooga, our community, is full of difference makers who go out every day wanting to improve our community as a whole.
But also we were in Nashville at a very challenging time, a very timely time, right after the tornado, right at the start of this COVID.
As far as disruption, sure, we missed a session, had to do a session remotely, but I think it really added to the experience having that stuff occurring while we were there.
And we wish we could be together right now and have had our last sessions in person, but the way things have worked out, I feel like have brought us closer and gotten us to have probably a lot better insight into some of these last sessions than we had than probably other classes may have had the opportunity to have.
So I'm reminded that as we face these challenges as individuals, as a community, as families, and as a nation, I have experienced my greatest growth through adversity, and I think many people would agree with that for them individually as well. So I am still hopeful.
Just try to make the most of it. The projects are important, one, because it brings great minds together and with a common cause.
It is just making sure that you connect, that you don't just talk about what needs to happen, that you actually put that in action.
Overall, just making an impact in our community and really all of us working together towards something that is important and something we find value in.
It helps open a lot of our eyes up that come from different walks of life, and then we can all step in and say, all right, I understand this is a big deal. When I'm hearing this on the news or when I'm seeing this out here, what can I do?
So being able to, I guess, be encouraged to do something while you're in the program gives you that experience and empowerment to keep doing that going forward.
We didn't get a chance to follow through, and that's pretty sad, but yeah, it's one of those interruptions that happen.
I think so many times we stay in our own bubble, and we know things need to change. This has allowed me to really not fear my voice being heard. And I think it also has allowed me to look at my kids and how I want to pave the way for them, but also so many others in this city.
My involvement with Leadership Chattanooga has definitely informed my outlook on what's happening in the world. And I would say through the knowledge that I've gained, I'm definitely more poised to be a leader in the face of these very difficult things that we're facing.
It's been powerful in a way that I'm so grateful for my sisters and brothers that I have. We're going to do some amazing things for our community.
Leadership Chattanooga is amazing.
Empowering.
Oh, what, you asked me to describe something in one word?
Enlightening.
Essential. I would say heartbreaking and inspiring. That's two.
Influential.
Community.
Diane.
Diane. It's kind of the heartbeat of our program. She has been for a long time. I want to congratulate her on her retirement, but she really put together an excellent program, an excellent class.
Because of everything that she brings to the table, the heart, the passion she put into it, the leadership that she puts on the table, the way she's able to go out and touch all these different fields. She's known, she's loved in all these fields.
I am so grateful that I got to participate in this program before Diane retired, and it means a lot to me.
I do think that the universe brought us together on purpose, and I think that we have an opportunity to continue to work together to, be great leaders in Chattanooga. Live out Diane's legacy. We are your legacy, Diane.
I absolutely love that video. I hope you all enjoyed it too at home. But I do want to say, Diane Parks, we are going to miss you. She is absolutely amazing. But one of the things I love about Diane better than anybody are Diane's hugs. What are we going to do with COVID and everything? Diane, we love you. I'll take a risk for that. But again, I'm Donna L. Harrison. I am your MC, and at this time, I would like to introduce Marcus McCamey, Leadership Chattanooga class of 2006, and a current president of the Leadership Chattanooga Alumni Association.
Good evening. As Donna mentioned, I'm the current president of the Leadership Chattanooga Alumni Association, and I want to share a few details about our organization. We provide programming to continue leadership training for Leadership Chattanooga grads, such as monthly regatherings for networking and monthly lunch and learns. In light of COVID-19 and recent unrest due to racial equity issues, continuing to grow as a leader is more important than ever. We hope you will continue to engage with Leadership Chattanooga through the Alumni Association and further impact our community. Thank you.
Hey, Donna, are you ready? We got to get this thing rolling.
Oh, I forgot. Were you calling me? I had to change my wardrobe. Is this for class of 2020? I'm afraid to let the throne go. 2019 was the best class ever. But now is the time for the amazing class of Leadership Chattanooga, class of 2020. We will now recognize you. Let's do this.
And now, the 2020 Leadership Chattanooga graduating class.
Jill Allen, Urban Story Ventures. Taryn Anderson, American Heart Association. Emily Barrow, Chambliss Center for Children. Crystal Bishop, Hamilton County Water Quality. Darren Caputo, Freeman, Goldis, and Cash, PA. Angela Carr, EPB. LaKeisha Carson, Hamilton County Schools. Xavier Cotto, TVA. Joshua Dempsey, Ronald McDonald House Charities. Allison Driver, the Montessori School. Frederick Eldorado, Volkswagen. Blake Freeman, Hamilton County Schools. David Jernhard, First Bank. Varsha, Godarsa, Morris, Manning, and Martin, LLP. Carter, Hansard, Synovus Financial Corporation. Toby Hewitt, Chattanooga Police Department. Trisha Hutchison, HTI. Paulo Hudson, A. Medina Communications, LLC. John Jolly, Legal Aid of Tennessee. Marcus Jones, Magnolia Developments, LLC. Alicia Jewell, Henderson, Hutcherson, and McCullough, PLLC. Heather Kwan, Blue Cross Blue Shield, Tennessee. Andrea Lewis. Reliance Human Capital Management, Robert Lydell, University of Tennessee at Chattanooga. Jocelyn Loza. Hoopla Marketing Now. Anna Mancibo, La Paz, Chattanooga. Kristen Pavlik McCauley, Children's Advocacy Center. Katie McCauley, Women's Fund of Greater Chattanooga. Fabiola Ortiz. Smart Bank, Christy Ramirez. Chattanooga Funeral Home, Crematory and Florist. Meredith Roberts. Tennessee Aquarium. Jed E. Roebuck. Chambliss, Bonner, and Stoffel, PC. Ann Rushing. Sculpture Fills at Montague Park. Tyler Sugarts, Medical University of South Carolina. Sean Slaughter. Atlas Copco, Scott Smith. JP Morgan Chase. Craig Smith. Unum. Logan Taylor. YB Normal. Adrian Terry. Chattanooga Tourism Company. Kaylin Tuttle. Vision. Hospitality. Susan Vandergriff. A Step Ahead Chattanooga. Jessica Watley. Big Brothers, Big Sisters of Greater Chattanooga. Rebecca Wilson. Kenco Group. Adrian Zinkrich. The Patton Group. And Andrew Zito. Chattanooga Lookout.
Please join me in congratulating the Leadership Chattanooga class of 2020. Graduates, I want to encourage you to join the Leadership Chattanooga Alumni Association, as Marcus already mentioned. In addition, the Chamber needs you to remember to nominate outstanding, diverse leaders for Leadership Chattanooga classes in the future, as well as for our Young Professionals Leadership Program, Protégé Chattanooga. Protégé is a 9-month team-based mentoring program in which early and mid-career professionals build lifelong networks while learning from local executives and their peers. Protégé offers 2 cohorts, day and evening, that will be made up of 12 future leaders each. The program begins with an orientation and reception in August. Sessions begin in September and ends with graduation in May. Lastly, many of you have asked about the format for next year's Leadership Chattanooga class. We are aware that convening in person is not a viable or safe option at present time, and the health of the class, as well as the health of our Chamber team, is our priority. The Chamber team, with support from Leadership Chattanooga Alumni Association, is currently finalizing details for the format and structure of the class experience. We are committed to protecting the health and safety of the class while also providing the full value that comes with the Leadership Chattanooga experience. Please contact me if you have any questions. And again, thank you for being here with us tonight.
Miles, thank you so much for that. Leadership Chattanooga is one of the best programs, so if you have the opportunity to be a part of it, please join them. Also, the Chattanooga Chamber, you're absolutely amazing with everything that you do in the community. But I want to remind you of a few things before we leave. Please mark your calendars for the Chamber's next event, Expo and the Small Business Awards. The event will be held on August 26th, and in continuing to keep everyone's safety in mind, the event is going to be, are you ready? Brrr, virtual. You guessed it. Go to ChattanoogaChamber.com/events to find out more information about this event. Congratulations, graduates, class of 2020, Leadership of Chattanooga. And I'm Donna L. Thank you.
To my leadership and board of the Chattanooga Tourism Company, to the Chamber of Commerce and the Leadership Chattanooga Alumni Association and Board, I want to thank you for this inspirational opportunity. To my family, to Diane, and the most amazing, best class ever. I love you guys. Thank you.
Wow, we made it. Best class ever. A big thank you from Zeno and I to my classmates and Diane for keeping it together during this special year.
Wow, what an exciting year to be part of Leadership Chattanooga, and an extra special treat to be part of Diane's last class. Also very thankful to HHM CPAs for supporting me through this journey.
It has been an amazing journey to interact and work with a group of like-minded individuals to create change here in the city. This is an experience I will never forget. Class of 2020, the best class ever.
I would love to thank everyone that poured their time and energy into the program, including Diane, my fellow Leadership Chattanooga classmates, and all of the volunteers and speakers that made sure each session was as impactful as possible. Thank you for allowing me to grow and to learn with you all.
Congratulations, Diane, from the best and your last class ever.
Hey, we did it. We graduated. Thank you, classmates, for challenging me and helping me grow both professionally and personally through this year we spent together. Thank you to the Chamber for the opportunity, and thank you to Diane for your excellent leadership. We'll see you soon.
I am so grateful to have had the experiences and opportunities to learn, engage, and network with other leaders within my community. I'm proud to be a graduate of the Leadership Chattanooga class of 2020. I want to thank Diane and her team for all of their guidance and support.
I feel very fortunate to be part of Leadership Chattanooga class of 2020, Diane's last class. I learned a lot about our great city. I met some extraordinary people and had some amazing experiences. I will remember it always. Thank you all.
Happy graduation day! It just doesn't feel right not to be together, but we are definitely the class that knows how to rise through adversity, which means we are the best class ever. Thank y'all for sharing your hearts and passions with me. I've learned so much from each and every one of you, and I hope you guys have learned a little bit about water too.
Chattanooga program, I had to interact with our community in new, challenging ways. I gained a broader perspective, I made new friends, and through the effort and work of Leadership Chattanooga, I'm better equipped to help and serve this community. Thank you for the experience.
Leadership Chattanooga 2020, best class ever. This has been an amazing journey, both professionally and personally. Our sessions were so timely. I've learned so much from them and from you. Congratulations, everybody. We did it.
Leadership Chattanooga has been an amazing experience. I have made some great professional connections, but above all, the personal relationships I have developed throughout this process have been amazing. So grateful to be part of the best class ever.
The timeliness of a lot of the sessions that we had sticks out most to me. From hearing about COVID while we were at the Capitol building to our Q&A with Chief Roddy as a lot of the protests were occurring. It was interesting, informative, and I appreciated being able to be on the front lines, I felt like, with a lot of those topics.
In my reflection of Leadership Chattanooga, I feel so fortunate to have made the connections with every individual in our class, and just really blown away by the exposure, the access, and really just the love and energy that Diane and the Alumni Association provided us. So very thankful for this experience, hoping for a better 2021, but this was a memorable year to experience Leadership Chattanooga. Best class ever.
Hi everyone, it's Katie McCauley. I'm so fortunate to be part of this class and get to meet and learn alongside all of you. Just a wonderful experience, and looking forward to seeing what the future holds for us all.
Leadership Chattanooga meant to me lots of learning about Chattanooga and the way that things move. It meant friendship for my fabulous five, and it meant taking risks and getting out there.
Greetings to the best class ever. Miles really put the pressure on us yesterday to putting our video in or being lame. So I had to make sure I got my video in today. And as I woke up this morning, I was thinking, what am I going to say in 15 seconds, 20 seconds, or whatever? But I had to go pick up some starter for one of my friends because I wanted to start making bread this weekend. And so as I reflected over Leadership Chattanooga, it reminded me of this was a starting place for great things to come. Thank you, Diane. Thank you to all of my fellow classmates for providing a starting place for each of us to come together and make a difference for the city of Chattanooga. So thank you. I'm glad that I was a part of the 2020 vision, the best class ever. I wish everybody well, and I can't wait to see the things that we do from here on out. Thank you.
Leadership Chattanooga has given me an unfiltered, in-depth view of the successes and the struggles of our city, but it's also given us an opportunity to learn how to be part of the solution.
Success is achieved by ordinary people with extraordinary determination.
And to the class of 2020, continue being extraordinary.
Thank you for creating a program to help me learn about the challenges facing our community. Thank you also to my fellow 2020 classmates for so freely sharing your experiences and perspectives with me. Best class ever.
Hey guys, it's Sean. As I record this from my home office, 2020 has meant to me a new kid, a new career, new opportunities, new challenges, but I challenge myself and each one of you guys to step up and be the leaders we were selected to be. Miss you all.
In a word, my experience with leadership has been eye-opening. I have learned more in-depth things about this community and how it works in the last year than I have in a lifetime of being here. And it just makes me love this amazing city even more.
I'm Taryn Anderson, and I'm so honored to be graduating with the class of 2020. This year has definitely been one for the history books. We've laughed, I've cried, but at the end of the day, we are still absolutely the best class ever.
Toby Hewitt here. Leadership Chattanooga has prepared me to be the captain of my own destiny.
Hello everyone. Leadership Chattanooga provided me with a broader perspective on what's going on in and around our city, on both ends of the spectrum, from the depravity of man to all the good that's being done in Chattanooga. I'm grateful for the opportunity and have been blessed by the friendships that I've made. We'll see you later. Bye.
Hi, I'm Jocelyn Loza with Hoopla Marketing Now. I'm part of the 2020 Leadership Chattanooga class. We are the class with the perfect vision to take our city to the next level, to take our city to the right direction, and wherever we may go with our career. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce, the staff, Diane, for the amazing things, resources and advice you have given us. And again, I am thankful to have been part of the best class, amazing class, the chosen class of 2020.
Hello everyone, this is Heather Kwan. What a crazy, wild adventure this has been. I hope everybody enjoyed it as much as I did, because I'm so thankful I got to experience this with you guys. Leadership Chattanooga is definitely something I will never forget. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you, Leadership Chattanooga and Diane. What an amazing way to learn about this city that I love with some really cool people who will be the future leaders of this city. I will always treasure this experience. Thank you so much.
Leadership Chattanooga picked me up and put me in the middle of the most diverse group of professionals I've been a part of. Each month they challenged me to think outside my box, and for that I feel very privileged to be a part of the best class ever.
How do you describe a class that was Diane's last class and the class that was in Nashville when coronavirus came to town? Well, I think it's truly the best class ever. Thanks to Diane, thank you Miles, thank you everyone at the Chamber for a great year, and a big thanks to my classmates.
Thank you to Diane and the whole team for putting all this together and celebrating us like this. I'm very proud and honored to be part of this class. I think it was amazing that we were all able to put our differences aside and just focus on what's truly important and the positive things that we can all do to make our city better. So that's pretty amazing. Thanks again. Hope to see everyone soon and be able to celebrate together. Also, I have a short list of people that I want to thank. First off, I want to